Hey guys, this is Austin. So today I'm here with a video going over 7 facts about me. Now a couple of my good friends here on YouTube, Lamar Wilson as well as Ty Moss, they both did these videos the past couple days, and since I've never actually done one of these old school YouTube tag videos, I figure it's my turn. Fact number 1 is that I actually used to have really long curly hair. So yeah, let me just show you guys one of my old videos. So today we're going to be talking about a topic that is on a lot of people's minds this week, which is Minecraft Mobile. Fact number 2 is that I used to be terrified of kissing a girl. Now this might not sound that weird, but it legitimately went on for months. It was like the only thing I thought of. I was just so afraid I was going to do it wrong or she's going to laugh at me or something. Dude, that was like the worst 3 months of my life. Yeah, that was kind of embarrassing. Fact number 3 is that I almost became a writer. So back when I was like 10 years old or so, I started writing stories, and I filled up just tons and tons and tons of notebooks and just, Word docs. I just loved writing. I did it for years. And the funny thing is, the only reason I stopped was because I started doing YouTube. Now don't get me wrong, I definitely love doing YouTube and I wouldn't trade this for anything, but sometimes I do kind of think back and say, hey, what if? Along those same lines, fact number 4 is that I started making video a long time ago. So when I was younger, we actually had a computer, but we didn't have the internet, if you guys can believe that. So what I did, along with my brother, is that we put in all kinds of like game discs for different video games. A lot of the times back then, they had like some pre-rendered cutscenes and stuff, and you could actually take those right off the disc and use them as a normal video file. So that's what we did. We kind of cut them up in these really terrible old editors and made our own kind of machinimas. Now, of course, they were terrible and really weren't all that unique, but it was definitely something that kind of got me interested in video from a very young age. Fact number 5 was that I used to be obsessed with Pokemon. So yes, I'm totally stealing this one from Ty, but it was true. If you were a kid growing up in the late 90s, it was absolutely insane how much Pokemon stuff there was. And the number one thing I liked was Pokemon cards. So actually I've still got my old binder here of just all the different cards I used to have. But man, I used to love these things. I used to, well, keep the zipper. Anyway, I had a ton of those cards, and I used to play the games all the time. In fact, I still do play the games sometimes. Now, they're not quite as much fun as they used to be, and for the most part, the games haven't really changed in the last 10, 15 years, but it's still an awesome franchise, and probably the #1 video game that I've ever played in my life. I sunk so many hours to those games, it's not even funny. Fact number 6 was that my very first computer was actually an Apple Lisa. So when I was about 8 years old or so, I bought this from my neighbor, who I think I paid like 30 bucks for it. And I was so excited. It's gonna be the first computer, it's gonna be awesome. And yet when I plugged it in, it had a password on it, and my neighbor didn't remember the password. So it sat in my garage for a couple years, and we sold it for like 10 bucks. Now, out of everything I've ever owned, all the tech, everything, that is the #1 thing I regret. That would have been so awesome to have today, as they're actually kind of a little bit valuable. Definitely worth more than the 10 bucks I got back from it. Fact number 7 is that I only got my very first smartphone about 2 years ago, and it was a Palm Pixie Plus. Now don't get me wrong, I love this thing. It was the very first phone that I bought with my own money, and I used it and I loved it, but yeah, for a guy who started reviewing smartphones a couple years ago, not exactly the greatest start. However, since then, of course, I've switched over to the iPhone, and then more recently I switched over to Android, but yeah, 2 years ago I was rocking a flip phone. Definitely the most embarrassing thing I've said in this video. Alright, now it's your turn. What's a single funny or interesting or embarrassing fact about you? Definitely be sure to let me know in the comments below. Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's not what I usually do, but I figured it'd be fun to kind of shake it up a bit. Anyway, if you did enjoy, definitely be sure to leave this video a thumbs up. And if you're interested in more videos like this, be sure to subscribe. Anyway guys, I will catch you next time.